Hello friends. Today we are going to paint a desert landscape. For this, you're going to need some deserty colors. I chose to paint with warm toned neutrals like green, yellow, orange. I used a dark brown, raw umber, a little bit of dark blue, white, black, and my new favorite color, this unbleached white, oatmeal-y looking color. And I used that color to mix in all of my colors. You're also going to need a piece of paper. I used watercolor paper. You can also use canvas, any kind of heavy paper, or cardboard. So first I'm going to mix up my sand color for the bottom of my paper. I'm using yellow and the oatmeal, a little bit of orange, and I'm adding in some dark brown. I'm not worrying about making this too perfect. And then I'm adding in a little bit of white to my color and adding that on top, and I'm going to blend it all together with a paper towel. This just helps it make it look a little bit softer. You don't have to do that part. Then I'm going to add in some green. I like to use a little bit of dark green, and I'm just kind of splotching in some blobs. I want to make sure I use the entire paper so it looks like it's going off the page. Then I'm adding in dark brown. I mixed a little bit of orange with my dark brown, and I'm going to do the dark brown with a little bit of black and kind of twirl in some dark areas with a smaller brush. You can blend this with a paper towel if you want, or you can leave it splotchy. We're going to go back over this and kind of fix those in the end. For the mountains, I added a little bit of dark brown, white, and blue to make a lighter gray color, and I'm painting those above my ground. Again, I'm not taking the time and making it look perfect, so I have a variety of colors that makes it look a little more interesting. Then I'm going to mix up a darker gray color, and I'm just going to paint a dark stripe above my mountain line. Then for the sky, I'm mixing in a little bit of lavender to my gray, and I'm going to paint this along the line of my mountain. So I'm covering up most of the dark gray. I just want to leave a light line, or a small thin line above my mountains of the dark gray. So I'm painting in purple or lavenderish gray. And then I'm going to be painting in cactus. So here I'm going to show you how to paint cactus. There are the blobby types of cactus where I just kind of make these little orbs, and I can use the back of my brush to scratch in some details. Or there's cactus with the arms, same with scratching in the details. Or you can make these just kind of little bushes, succulent type things. Remember, when you're painting, things that are farther away are going to be smaller. Things that are closer to you or in front of the page are going to be larger. So I'm using a dark greenish color because I want this to be more like a silhouette. So I'm not going to have super bright colors. And wherever those little dark areas of brown are on my ground is where I'm adding my cactus. And this just gives your cactus something to anchor to, so it's not just floating randomly on the ground or in the space. If there's a place that you don't have dark brown but you want to put a cactus, you can always add in some thing to anchor it later with chalk. So once I have that painted and it's all dry, I'm going to use my chalk to add in a little bit of details. So for the sky, I'm adding in a little bit of pink, and I'm using the side of my chalk to just kind of color in little areas and smudging out with my finger. Then I'll go back with purple and white and do the same, just a little bit. Next, I'm going to blend out some of those blobs on the ground, and so I'm taking my chalk and just kind of shading and then blending with my finger to make them look less blobby. So this is where, if you had a floating cactus, you could add some dark underneath it to give it something to sit on. Then I'm using a lighter green and a cream color to add a few highlights to my cactus. Last, I'm going to use a little bit of purple and blue to add a little bit of interest to my mountains. So just kind of putting some color down and blending it out so that they're not all just one shade of gray. And there you have it. Once you're finished, you just need to spray it with fixative to keep your chalk from smudging, and you're done. Have fun, friends.